I have spent almost 6 years trading cryptocurrency, and by the term 6 years, I don't really mean that I was just trading crypto as a side hustle or something like that. I was completely into crypto because I was just like 14 years old or so. So I had basically nothing to do. I was in a state of boredom and I was exploring new things in crypto, from learning technical analysis to getting into NFTs to getting into meme coins to exploring different blockchains, even blockchains like the VASP network, even buying Hot Wheels NFTs and something like the most weirdest things. I've probably discovered all of that. And I think that this year I have actually realized that crypto market is nothing but a huge scam. Just like most of the financial markets are. They are completely dependent on interest, they are overvalued, they are overhyped for absolutely no reason. They are IPO, they basically go public, and they cannot really relate their actual utility to their market cap. As we can see right now, how overvalued Nvidia is, or how overvalued Palantir is. And just like that, there is a lot of cryptocurrencies which are hugely overvalued. And the only reason that they are overvalued is because their utility is completely dependent upon the future. It is not being utilized in the present. So if we talk about Bitcoin, people are betting on Bitcoin for the past 17 to 18 years that it will be adopted by people. It will be a decentralized way, or it will be a decentralized peer-to-peer financial currency which will be used for as a financial system, not as a financial asset. But right now, Bitcoin is just acting as a financial asset. I told you all that this will go even below $45,000. And you see what is happening right now. MicroStrategy is almost 50% down in just 6 months. This is much worse than you think, because these guys are one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin, and they selling Bitcoin will be much worse than BlackRock selling Bitcoin, because they have promised to all of the people, or basically the founder of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, have basically made a persona online of the Bitcoin god, that he will never ever sell Bitcoin. He will never ever even consider selling Bitcoin. But if the stock goes below $192, they have to sell Bitcoin. It will be a necessity. Why? Because they have borrowed loan behalf of their clients, on the behalf of the clients, and then basically they have bought Bitcoin. So if you have bought Bitcoin on behalf of your clients, now that decision will be much more centralized, right? The decision power will be in just in the hands of few people, basically the board members or whatever that is, right? Anyways, coming back to the topic, what I think right now is most of you have to consider just catching the new hype. And what is the new hype right now? Now, there are two things. First is that there are a lot of AI coins, and second is that there are a lot of privacy coins. But if we talk about privacy coins, like let me just show you all major coins like Litecoin, Monero, and Zcash. Now, I've been holding Zcash and I'm up almost 3x on Zcash. But Zcash is nowhere close to genuine privacy. Why? Because it is marketed as a privacy coin where privacy is completely optional. So that just doesn't make sense, right? Anyways, just because there are a lot of capitalists involved in them, and just because it has a much higher chance of being regularized, it has a much higher chance of being centralized, which it already is. So that's why it is probably the number one privacy coin right now, if we talk if we talk in terms of market cap, and it's at 9.72 billion right now. But if you talk about genuine privacy coins, because if you're considering to buy Zcash just to bet on its utility, you should not buy Zcash. Why? Because it has no utility. It has no utility that basically has a demand. People will use Litecoin instead of Zcash because it is much more decentralized. But if we talk about genuine privacy coins, Monero is one of them. XMR Monero is one of them. This is one of the coins which I did discover back in the mid of 2024, but I didn't bought in the idea because, to be very honest with all of you, I didn't had much idea of the overall blockchains, how they are working. And to be very honest, most of the people that are even watching this video, they don't have much idea of actual decentralization or actual blockchains, which is the core ideology of cryptocurrency overall. Bitcoin is not a cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is just something which gave us the idea of cryptocurrency. The main ideology of cryptocurrency, according to cypherpunks, is something which will provide anonymity, and Bitcoin is nowhere close to anonymous. It is more traceable than cash or gold or whatever you want to call it, right? Anyways, I'm betting huge on Monero right now. One of the reason being is that this is the only privacy coin that genuinely exists. This is the first point. And the second is that the privacy is not optional, which means that if someone is buying into Monero, and if he is genuinely buying into the utility of Monero, he's buying in because he wants privacy, right? And I have used Monero, it is pretty smooth, and yes, your transactions won't be traced, right? Third is that Monero is completely community driven and it is completely decentralized. Now, one of the things that I've actually spotted on Twitter related to Monero is that there are a lot of people who are claiming to be Monero or privacy advocates, but they have their profile pics on their X account and they are doing weird things. You know, even though they are marketing Monero, they are marketing Monero in a way that will just show Monero in a very bad image. They are, you know, being very toxic on the internet and they are doing weird things. Those people, you cannot really consider them as the actual Monero community. I think that that is probably a propaganda against this coin. This coin is hated by governments. This coin is basically hated by the IRS, FBI, all the secret agencies and all. Recently, there was actually an attack conducted on Monero, which was by Qubit, if I'm not wrong. But to just maintain that attack, it took them almost $75 million per day, which of course they couldn't resist, right? And also there was no counter attack, there was no update rolled out, so it lasted for a few hours and then they basically closed it. And now Monero can't be easily attacked because no new updates will roll out much fastly. And you know, these are some things which I can't really promise. It is completely dependent on the people that are, you know, controlling the dev supply and all. So I actually shelled this coin at 324, and this is right now at $400, and just like 4 days ago it was at $465, if I'm not wrong. But I didn't sell any. I bought it at 324 and I didn't even DCA it, to be honest. And to be very honest with all of you, nobody really knows where crypto market will really go. Even if you're the biggest technical analyst or even if you're biggest fundamental analyst, if you don't really understand the philosophy behind cryptocurrency, or if you don't really understand the actual the way people just impulse buy into something in cryptocurrency, you can't really make money in cryptocurrency. That's how easy it is. So for Monero, my targeted price is $30,000 per coin. This might seem delusional, but it completely depends on events. So let's say if something really, really bad happens, I will of course sell Monero, right? It's not something that I will hold then. But I don't think that that will ever happen. But still, that's the worst case scenario. Anyways, now if we basically talk about Bitcoin, I think that Bitcoin will go below $45,000. Market will experience a crash, but by the term crash, I don't mean that all of the coins will be down. There will be huge money shifting towards meme coins again. Why? Because meme coins is basically the only place where people can capitalize off their opinions, where people can basically just promote their opinions in a way where people can basically decentralize the actual money making process just by using their opinion. So if someone has an opinion that Trump will win, they can basically launch a coin and make money off of that, even though that's not that easy right now. But still, this was once a very big deal. So yes, this is the current update. I do think that Bitcoin will go below $45,000. So one of the things that I will actually recommend to you all right now is thinking about crypto markets or even financial markets in a much more philosophical way. And also, if you're trying to shift a lot of your money towards crypto right now, or if you're trying to invest into crypto right now, what I will recommend for you is to invest into very new coins, or coins which are very less hyped, or coins whose utility is being utilized in the present and the utility will be utilized in the future. Those are very safe bets. I'm talking about coins like Monero or even Solana. Solana is something which is best in its own world. It is fast, it has the best community, it has the most vast community as well. It is used most of the people have already discovered Solana in a much more decentralized way. Most people know how to use its wallet and all. So this is one of the best coins to buy, one of the safest bets you can take. Now, if you are considering to invest into a casino, now I'm completely against leverage trading. You can try to invest into hyperliquid. I won't recommend investing into Aster coin or BNB. I don't like BNB. And if you're talking about privacy coins, you can invest into Monero. This is basically a very safe bet. This is not a bet that will make you lose money. Now, there are other technologies that you have to explore, like technology behind XRP. Now, I cannot explain that in just a single video, but you have to explore this in detail. And after exploring the main blockchain or the main technology behind XRP, or specifically, I'm very much interested into Hedera because it will be adopted by institutions because of this hash graph technology which is behind it. So what I basically do is to first complete my research on the tech behind a certain coin. And once I've completed my research, one of the teachers, one of my English teachers actually told me that you basically in English grammar you have to brainstorm a lot of ideas to write an essay. So I usually just do a lot of brainstorming. I try to relate it with every possible event that can occur in future, every possible conspiracy, and basically every possible event or idea. And this is something which I took days for, right? Because these coins, they don't really grow a lot in short amount of time. These are very safe bets. Now, there, if you want to invest into GPUs via crypto, you can invest into render coin. Or if you want to invest into AI coins, there are a lot of coins which are truly safe bets, which are truly investable, and which are easy money. Now, if you guys will actually like to see a video on that, do let me know in the comments below, and actually do tell me how you like this new video creating method.